If you are breaking out along your chin and or your jawline 3 to 5 days before your period and nothing topical is working, it may be because you are missing this one detail. Today, I'm going to show you the exact link between your liver and your hormonal jawline acne, the signs that your liver needs support, plus the 3-phase liver detox system for clear skin. This is the exact liver support protocol that helped JC finally clear her jawline acne after years of trying, so she could finally teach her fitness classes without wearing any makeup, help Maria understand why she was waking up between 1 and 3 a.m. exhausted, and helped Jolie realize that her afternoon fatigue and pre-period breakouts were connected. After we created targeted action steps for her, she felt 10 times more confident giving presentations at work. I know all of this because I cleared my acne naturally in 30 days after struggling with it for over 15 years, and I've helped over 1,000 women do the same. So I know a thing or two. That being said, I want you to know what you do not need to do from a liver acne perspective, because there's a lot of advice on the internet, and there are a lot of things that you don't need to do and shouldn't do. Number 1, you should not do an expensive liver cleanse or a detox program. Your liver knows how to detoxify itself. That's literally its entire job. You just need to support it correctly. Number 2, you do not need to do a juice fast or extreme restriction. And in fact, your liver needs adequate nutrients, proteins, healthy fats to process correctly. So removing a bunch of those is not going to help. Number 3, you do not need to take 10 different liver supplements or 10 different supplements for any reason. A few targeted foods and supplement support, maybe 1 or 2. Herbals can be all you need. And number 4, you do not need to remove alcohol or coffee completely unless you want to. Moderation and supporting your liver's natural processes is what's best. Here's what we're going to cover today. Part 1, we're going to go over what your liver actually does for your hormones and why it matters for your acne. Part 2, we're going to talk about phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification, explain really simply what they are, what activates them, and what happens when they're sluggish from an acne perspective. Part 3, we're going to go over the estrogen-liver acne connection, how poor liver detoxification leads to estrogen dominance and cystic acne. And part 4, we're going to go over the simple, actionable steps to support your liver starting today. No expensive protocols, just strategic foods and habits. So let's talk about what your liver does and why it's so important to clear skin. Your liver performs over 500 functions for your body. It works 24 hours a day. It cleanses, it detoxifies your blood, it stores vitamins, it gets rid of the bad stuff and keeps the good stuff. And this is where the acne connection comes in. When your liver gets overwhelmed, when it can't keep up with the detoxification load, toxins and hormones start recirculating. It's basically like a garbage chute that gets too full. They can build up in your bloodstream, they can cause challenges, and especially hormonal acne here. That being said, if you want a complete breakdown of all of your 6 root acne triggers, not just liver function, but blood sugar, gut health, hormones, stress, topical challenges, I've created a free Clear Skin Blueprint Masterclass that you can check out via the link below and go through how all of these 6 triggers, including liver function, impacts your acne. So just grab the link for the masterclass below there to watch that too. I want to give you a real life example of a client who struggled with liver detoxification issues and hormonal acne. So JC came to me. She had been struggling with a lot of jawline acne here for 3+ years, right? She had tried every topical routine, every supplement routine, everything recommended, and nothing had worked long term. But that being said, she started to notice a clear pattern. She was breaking out the 3 to 5 days prior to her period and during ovulation. And when we looked at her initial clear code root triggers analysis, we were able to determine from a few other factors that estrogen dominance was most likely contributing to her hormonal acne. Once we added in significant and targeted liver support, so cruciferous vegetables daily, 2 to 3 cups, dandelion tea in the morning, adequate protein for amino acids, her pre-period breakouts decreased by 70% within the first 6 weeks. That's how much support your liver needs and how much it's often not getting. So let's go into phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification from a liver perspective so you really understand and you can apply these actions or apply these ideas to your daily life, because you will see the direct correlation. There are 2 main phases that impact your acne from a liver perspective. We have phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is your first line of defense. Phase 1 uses a group of enzymes called the cytochrome P450 to transform toxins into smaller intermediate substances. So think of it like this. You've got these big fat toxins. They can't leave your body the way they are. So your body changes them so they're easier to get rid of. Super simple. I don't want you to be a biology major to understand this stuff. I just want you to understand the principles. What activates phase 1 liver detoxification? This is key. It always makes me smile. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a child. Your morning coffee. You ever notice that you go to the bathroom more when you drink coffee? That's why. Partly why, obviously. Has a bunch of different effects, but that's one of them. Alcohol, your evening wine, medications, especially birth control, or environmental toxins, so paint fumes, pesticides, but also other things from a food perspective can activate phase 1. Citrus fruits like oranges, tangerines, vitamin C fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, milk thistle, and other bitter herbs like dandelion tea. Here's a key detail too. Phase 1 creates intermediate metabolites, which can be trickier, to be honest, for your body than their initial form. So, long story short, once phase 1 has begun, you really want phase 2 to be completed. You want to get rid of these things because they're not helping you. Phase 2 is the elimination phase, aka the conjugation phase. That's when your body starts to bring these toxins, these metabolites together with other things to get rid of them via your urine, bile, or stool. Phase 2 needs the following things. This is not a comprehensive list, but a few of these things help support phase 2 detoxification tremendously. Number 1 are sulfur-containing foods. So things like cruciferous vegetables, garlic and onions, egg yolks, high-quality animal proteins. Number 2, amino acids, glycine, taurine, cysteine, B vitamins, so especially B12, folate, B6, found in meat, leafy greens, nutritional yeast, and or magnesium found in leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. Phase 2 is often where things go wrong for a lot of acne suffering women, okay? Because a lot of us aren't eating enough of these nutrients. Maybe they're restricting protein, for example, or they're vegan and vegetarian, which is fine, but you have to make up for the loss of nutrients in another way. Because what happens is phase 1 is usually running, right? You're either drinking coffee, you're being exposed to environmental toxins, you are drinking wine, you're taking the birth control pill, you're taking any medicines. But then if phase 2 is weak, you're basically creating a lot of challenges and then you're not getting rid of them. Maria was a perfect example of this. She came to me with hormonal acne, but also these really weird symptoms, right? So she'd wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. every night with anxiety or heart racing. She had brain fog in the afternoons, and she thought that it might be just stress. But when we looked at her diet compared to where her acne was on her face and when she broke out, she was not eating enough protein. She was avoiding eggs. She wasn't eating any cruciferous vegetables. So her phase 1 was most likely running, and phase 2 was stuck. So for Maria, we added protein back in at every meal, so 20 to 30 gram minimum, eggs back into her breakfast, cruciferous vegetables daily, magnesium before bed, dandelion tea to support bile flow as well before bed. And within a few months, her brain fog was gone and her hormonal acne had completely transformed, obviously, by the picture. So these simple shifts can have a huge impact on your hormones. Now let's tie it all together and how it relates to estrogen dominance in particular. So with these specific detoxification pathways that your liver has and performs, you have 2 specific pathways called methylation and sulfation that have a direct impact on your hormonal acne and your hormones. The methylation pathway detoxifies estrogen, dopamine, histamine, and heavy metals, and it requires choline, so avocados, eggs, and B vitamins. The sulfation pathway detoxifies excess neurotransmitters, steroids, and thyroid hormones, and this also requires sulfur-containing foods, egg yolks, broccoli, onions, garlic. And when these pathways are sluggish, when they're not working effectively or efficiently, your body struggles to clear estrogen efficiently, and you will struggle with estrogen dominance. So you'll just have too much for your body or too much at various points in your cycle. Estrogen dominance is a big driver of all the hormonal acne, cystic acne that I see here. Here's a quick visual of how it works. You have sluggish liver detoxification, poor estrogen clearance, estrogen recirculation, hormonal imbalances, increased inflammation, and then cystic acne. Here are some signs liver detoxification is a challenge for you. See if you see yourself in these signs. You're waking up between 1 and 3 a.m. Your pre-period cystic acne is significant. You have breast tenderness before your period. You feel sleepy in the afternoon, so afternoon fatigue. You feel sensitive to smells, chemicals, alcohol. You struggle losing weight. You have light-colored or floating stools. If you have 3 or more of these, I usually would tell you to lean towards taking some action steps to support your liver better. That being said, let's talk about action steps that you can take today to start to see some improvements in your skin. Action step number 1 is my favorite. Actually, it's my second favorite, and that's to add in cruciferous vegetables daily. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, bok choy. These contain elements that support phase 1 and phase 2. They're good for you all over, right? We all heard eat your leafy greens, but eat your leafy greens. Action step number 2 is to drink dandelion tea or milk thistle, or take the herb milk thistle. Dandelion tea is my favorite, largely because it's so simple. It feels very healthy. Dandelion tea is like a bit earthy, but it feels very healthy. And I saw such a big shift in my digestion the night I started taking dandelion tea. And I was honestly pretty skeptical, probably. When I had read about it and learned about it, I was like, okay, I'll drink some tea. But no, it had a big shift. Made a big shift and a big difference in my constipation. Action step number 3 is to prioritize protein at every meal. Your liver needs amino acids, proteins, for phase 2 detoxification, so you want 20 to 30 grams of protein at every meal. Great sources of this are eggs, high quality meat, poultry, fish, Greek yogurt, legumes. Action step number 4 is to eat sulfur-rich foods every day. So things like garlic, onions, shallots, egg yolks, cruciferous vegetables. And you can always look into an MSM supplement if you need. Action step number 5 is kind of interesting, and that's to try not to eat too late at night. Your liver does a lot of work between 2 and 4 a.m. And so you want it to get to do what it really needs to do as opposed to processing food. So the earlier you eat, the faster you'll be done with digestion, the more your liver can focus on what it actually needs to do as opposed to like digesting the food that you just ate 2 hours before. Here are some other action steps you can take as well to support yourself and your liver. You could do sauna 2 to 3 times a week. Any type of sweating is always going to be great for you. You want to sweat. Taking adequate magnesium. I, again, love magnesium. I was not a big believer that this was going to be a big action step for me. Most women are pretty low in magnesium, and so taking that nightly before you go to bed will also help you regulate from a digestion perspective. Grabbing probiotics, eating fiber daily for sure, so fruits and vegetables, to make sure that you're getting around 25 grams of fiber. So let's bring it all together, full circle. So you really understand how your liver detoxification impacts your acne and or negatively impacts your acne. Phase 1, liver detoxification, involves transforming hormones, etc., into intermediate metabolites. Phase 2 packages them for elimination. And if and when phase 2 is sluggish, you will most likely experience some estrogen dominance, which can lead to hormonal challenges, imbalances in general, cystic acne here along your chin and your jawline. This is why the topicals aren't working for your acne. I'm going to bring it full circle to like one of the first things we talked about in the video. I think it was one of the first few sentences I said, which is like, if you're breaking out here mid-cycle or pre-period and topicals haven't made a difference, now we know why. This is also why you can still be eating really clean, right? And not see a big shift in your skin, using the right skincare, but still seeing your acne get worse every week or every month, I should say, at the same time. You could be managing your stress really well, but you're still breaking out. What you really need to do is just support your liver detox pathways in a way that's really sustainable and manageable, but also effective. So that being said, you might feel a little overwhelmed after watching all of this and we're like, okay, there's a lot of science. Now what do I do? You're going to start simple. Okay. I want you to pick one action step from today's video and take action on it for 2 weeks consistently. That's it. One action step, not 4. I see you. You are an overachiever. Don't do it. Please just do one thing. Okay. Do it for 2 weeks. Track that you're doing it. Take pictures of your skin before, take pictures of your skin on day 14, see how things are looking. And that being said, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want a complete understanding of all 6 of your root acne triggers, liver stuff falls under your hormones, but you also have blood sugar management challenges, gut health challenges, topical issues, stress, overall inflammation. If you want a full understanding of all of these, sign up to watch our Clear Skin Blueprint Masterclass. The link will be below so that you can check out the 3 secrets that helped me clear my acne naturally in 30 days with food alone. Or if after watching this, you're thinking, you know what? I think it is my liver and I've tried a lot of things on my own and I need help and I need support. That's exactly what we do in the Clear Code. We look at your complete picture, the complete picture of your acne clearing experience or your acne clearing journey thus far. Your liver, your blood sugar management, gut health, hormones, topicals, pictures, everything to really assess and determine your biggest root acne patterns. Within 24 hours of joining the program, we've defined your root acne triggers by mapping your acne story. We've determined the action plan by defining your customized Clear Code. We've nourished your skin from within. We've followed a simplified skincare and supplement strategy plan. We've charted your progress week over week, and we're analyzing the data as your skin clears to create your final Clear Code. So by the end of the program, you have an entire clear skin plan for life. So if you're interested in learning more about that, apply via the link below. We are application only, and we take a very limited amount of clients every month. So if you're interested, sign up now to see if we can help. That being said, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new one. I will see you in the next video. Bye.